Most people will work over 90,000 hours in their lifetime, and when they stop working, the money stops too. That's not an accident. The structure of modern employment was deliberately designed so that your time and your income are locked together. 1 hour in, 1 hour's payout, no more. The moment you stop, the clock stops. And for the vast majority of people on this planet, that equation never changes from the first paycheck to the last. But there is a small, documented group of people for whom that equation broke. And what they discovered, written in financial histories, earnings reports, and legal filings going back over a century, is something most people are never taught in school, never told by their employer, and almost never stumble upon by accident. Later in this, we're going to look at the specific mechanisms those people used. Not vague ideas, not motivational language, the actual documented strategies. And there's one of them, hiding in plain sight for decades, that requires almost no starting capital and can be activated this week. Stay with this. Here's what the history books show us. In 1975, a man named John Bogle launched something the financial industry considered borderline insane, an index fund, a product that simply tracked the entire market, charged almost no fees, and asked investors to do absolutely nothing. Nothing, just hold. Wall Street hated it. They called it Bogle's Folly, because if investors did nothing, the industry made nothing. The entire financial services machine runs on activity, on buying, selling, advising, charging. Passive investing was a direct attack on that machine. And then something changed. The numbers started coming in. Over decade after decade, the passive index approach outperformed the vast majority of actively managed funds. Not sometimes, consistently, documented, verified. The S&P 500, reviewed across its full recorded history, has historically recovered from every major downturn and delivered positive cumulative returns over long holding periods, with no 30-year rolling window on record finishing in negative territory, based on historical return data compiled by Macro Trends. The historical average annual return sits between 9 and 10%. That means money invested and left completely alone has historically doubled roughly every 7 to 8 years. That is money earning money, while you sleep. But Bogle's fund was just one thread. Pull the others and the picture gets darker and stranger. Royalties. That word sounds like it belongs to rock stars and dead novelists. But the royalty structure is one of the oldest passive income mechanisms in documented financial history. You create something once, a book, a piece of music, a patent, a piece of software, and every time someone uses it, a payment is triggered, automatically, often for decades. The estate of Michael Jackson has consistently ranked among the highest earning estates of any deceased celebrity, generating hundreds of millions of dollars in the years following his death, figures documented annually by Forbes. Without him performing another hour of work, he was not working. The asset kept generating. This is the part nobody talks about. The same principle, create once, earn repeatedly, now operates at a scale that was impossible 20 years ago. Digital products, online courses, stock photography, licensing agreements, rental income from real estate, dividend-paying stocks that deposit cash into an account every single quarter, whether the owner checks it or not. Where it gets brutal is this. The barrier to entry for most of these systems is not money, it's knowledge, and time spent up front. The documented pattern among people who successfully build passive income streams is almost identical across every case study, every financial biography, every interview. They invest concentrated effort early, often months, sometimes years, building an asset that then operates without them. The work is not avoided, it is front-loaded. Warren Buffett has long been associated with a principle that cuts to the heart of this. If you never build a way to make money while you sleep, you will spend your whole life exchanging time for income. That idea has shaped his entire investment philosophy, documented across decades of Berkshire Hathaway shareholder letters. That line has been quoted so many times it's lost its weight. But look at what it actually means. It is a description of two futures, not two personalities, not two levels of intelligence, two systems. Here is the one concrete step you can take this week, documented and verified by decades of financial data. Open a brokerage account, Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, any major regulated institution, and purchase a total market or S&P 500 index fund. Set up an automatic recurring contribution, even a small one. Then do not touch it. That single action puts you inside the same compounding system that has quietly built generational wealth for millions of people who understood one thing most people don't. The asset works. You don't have to. Remember what I said at the start. 90,000 hours. A lifetime of trading time for money. And when the time runs out, so does the income. The people who broke that equation didn't find a secret. They found a structure. And structures, unlike secrets, can be copied. So here's the question worth sitting with. You now know this system exists, you know it's documented, and you know the first step. What exactly is stopping you from taking it this week? This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. Always do your own research before making any financial decisions.